Hey guys, and welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you've never been here. Today we are telling another story time, and this happened honestly a really long time ago. I don't know why I never thought to do a story time on it. I've done one Uber horror story time in the past, so this one just didn't register to me. But the more and more that I think about it, and I've actually told the story to a couple of my friends recently, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do a story time. I've been trying to think of different story times to tell you guys, and this was just one that popped into my brain. So today I am going to be telling the story of the time that I thought I was literally being trafficked by my Uber. And I'm not being dramatic. I am not being dramatic when I say this. You guys are probably thinking it's clickbait, but we're going to get into the story and I'll explain why I really thought that I was. Hi guys, I'm literally getting ready to go out right now. I was just making some TikToks, but I had to interrupt this story time to talk to you guys about Dossier. You've heard me talk about them a million times. I'm literally wearing the perfume right now, and let's go in the bathroom so I can show you. We're gonna leave the ring light. Let's go in my bathroom. I have to show you, okay? So here it is on my counter. This is the perfume that I pretty much wear every single day. This one is the Gourmand White Flowers. It is the dupe for Victor and Rolf. Flower Bomb. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking, I'm gonna put you down for a second. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, Dossier is a perfume company where they sell luxury-inspired perfumes for a fraction of the price. And when I mean a fraction of the price, Victor and Ralph is so expensive normally, and every single one of these, which is way bigger. I have another one on my counter too. I have two of these. This one I believe is the dupe for YSL Mon Paris, but as you see, I've used a lot of both, but these are $29 each. They come in this little box with a tester. You can go ahead and try the tester out. If you love it, amazing, you keep the perfume. If you don't love it, you return it absolutely free. Returning it is free, and you get your money back guaranteed every single time. So it's risk-free to try out any perfume that you want. If you don't really like it or want to try a different one, go ahead and just ship it back in this box for free, and you get a full refund, and then you can try a different scent out if you want. Like I said, Gourmand White Flowers is my favorite at the moment, but this one was also my favorite for a long time, which is Woody 1. But they have every single designer scent you can think on there, so I will leave them linked down below. Okay, guys, literally two of my friends that came to visit me used my perfume and were obsessed with it and literally texted me asking which perfume it was and where they could buy it. So I am not kidding when I tell you that it is the best perfume and it smells amazing. I obviously did not tell them to text me this, and I thought it was just so funny that they texted me, so I had to include it in the video. They're literally one of my favorite companies. You guys have probably heard me talk about them 17 million times, but it's because I actually use them and I love them. So if you guys want to go check them out, I will leave everything linked down below, along with a code so you can get money off. And now let's get back into the story time. I love you guys. So for those of you who don't know, I lived in Orlando, Florida for 4 years. I went to college there, loved being there. But if you also didn't know, Orlando is one of the top sex trafficking cities in the nation, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on it. I'll try to find a statistic so I don't sound crazy, but it's pretty up there for sex trafficking. This isn't a super long story, but it's still just crazy. So I had actually gotten back from LA. I flew from LA to Orlando, and the guy that I was talking to at the time, Bean, what are you doing? The guy that I was talking to at the time offered to pick me up from the airport. Super sweet. I actually have a story time about him. He's the one that worked at Gucci. Did I ever say that he worked at Gucci? I think I did. It's one of my ghosted story times. It's not the ghosted story time from my birthday, but it's the other ghosted story time. Yes, there's two, but it's one of the ghosted story times. He worked at Gucci, whatever. We were talking at the time. He offered to pick me up from the airport. So sweet. We picked me up from the airport. We spent the day together, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna head home. But I had to Uber from his place to my place, which don't know why he couldn't have driven me back to my place. But since he had picked me up from the airport, I didn't want to then ask him to take me home, even though I should have. He should have offered. But whatever. I get in my Uber, and it is a lady, and as we're driving, she starts asking me a bunch of questions, and I'm like, why is she asking me these questions? They're types of questions that are kind of strange. The first question she asked me was if I was a US citizen, and I was like,
why would that be a question that you would ask your Uber passenger? Like, very strange. And then shortly after she asked me that, she was like, I have to go pick up a package for my daughter. It's at my house. Can we just go grab it real quick? And I was like, no. Like, no. Like, what? And she was like, it's just like right here. We're like about to pass the exit. I just have to pick it up because I have to bring it to the post office. And like, we're literally just gonna, it would make it a lot easier for me if I could just grab it now. And I was like, no, I have to be somewhere. Like, just this woman think that I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go to your house and pick up a package. Like, what? So I'm like, no. And she was like, kept asking me, like she wasn't letting it go. And she was kind of just being like, you know, like I don't want to make you uncomfortable or anything. I just really needed to send my daughter something. And like if I could just pick it up because we're going to pass where I live, it would make it easier that I could just grab it and bring it to the post office after I drop you off, because then it's going to take so long. And she was like going on and on about it. And I was just like, no, like I have to be somewhere. Like I can't, I don't have time to stop, because I was like, I don't know what else to tell this woman. Like I already said no and she wouldn't really give it up. So I was like, no, like I have to be somewhere. And at this point I was so sketched out. I remember texting someone, I don't know if it was like the guy that I was talking to or someone, being like, this Uber's creeping me out. Like this is so strange. I don't understand why she's asking to go pick up a package.
Guys, so I figured out that it was the guy that I was talking to at the time, and I went in our text and I found it. I found when I was texting him being like, I think this Uber is kidnapping me. So here it is. Here is the screenshot of me basically saying that she was asking me if I was a citizen and if we could stop at her house. I am so sorry for this photo booth quality, but I had to just hop on here as I'm editing and show it to you guys. And this is why we don't delete our texts. This is why you don't delete your text with men you used to talk to. Because you never know what's going to come in handy. You never know. All right, back to the story time.
And honestly, I have no idea if the woman was telling the truth or whatever, but it was just very strange, the questions she was asking me. It started off with the, are you a US citizen question, which I thought was really, really, really strange. Like, why do you ask someone that? And then she was also asking me like different things of like, because I had luggage. The guy picked me up from the airport, the guy that I was talking to picked me up from the airport, but then I had gone to his place, spent the day there, and then this Uber was taking me home. So I still had like my luggage, everything. So then of course, what's going on through my brain is like, oh my God, if this woman was trying to like kidnap me or something, I already have a luggage ready to go. I have clothes, I have everything, like for them literally just to ship me somewhere. And it was just so creepy, the fact that she was like asking me to go to her house. Like I was like, what? And then the more people I told about it, they were like, that is so strange. And like the rest of the ride back to my place was like pretty silent. She like didn't say anything else. We did not speak at all. I'm pretty sure she took a phone call at one point and she was talking in a different language on the phone call, so I had no idea what she was saying. And at that point I was just like really sketched out. I kept like watching the map, making sure she was going in like the right direction. Of course I kind of knew where I was because I lived there, so I kind of recognized the area, but I was just like, what in the world? And I'm pretty sure when we got to my place, she was like, I'm sorry if like what I asked you like was inappropriate. Like, I'm sorry if that made you uncomfortable. And I was just like, it's okay, like no worries, like blah, blah, blah. And like, then I started thinking, this woman now knows where I live. And it's just so, it was the weirdest thing. And I remember being like, oh my God, this woman is literally like, what, who asks that? Who was like, I need to go pick up a package at my house? Like, it was so strange. And I remember being like, if the guy that I was talking to would have just taken me home, this would not have been an issue. But thankfully, nothing happened. It's literally such a short story, I told you guys. Like, it's nothing crazy, but I think it's just so weird. And I was like, you know what? I wonder if anything like this has ever happened to anyone else. There was a lot of things happening in Orlando when I lived there with sex trafficking. There was like things going on at like the malls. People would like put things on like the cars. They would put like zip ties on the cars. They would put like water bottles on like the roof of the car. There was like a red flag thing one time where they would like put a red flag on the back of your car and like follow you home. Orlando had like a lot of crazy stuff that was happening when I lived there. I don't know if it still happens, but there was like just a lot of crazy stuff that was happening, like trafficking wise, when I lived there. So if you live in Orlando, because I know a lot of you guys that follow me like are actually live in that area or like went to my college, please be safe, please be careful, always go somewhere with a buddy if you're going at night. If you're Ubering, please try to Uber with someone. I know it's really difficult sometimes because you might be Ubering home and you know, you have to Uber by yourself, but always just make sure someone has your location, like a friend or your parents or just someone that you trust to be able to, like, you know where you are. Do you want to come say hi? Do you want to say hi? Come here. She's so cute. Here, Bean, say hello. Oh my god. Hi. Oh my god, she's literally crazy. What are you doing? But I hope you guys enjoyed this. There was another Uber story time that I told one time, or actually there's two. There's the one where the Uber or the Lyft stole my phone, and then there's another one where I thought I was also being kidnapped because the man was like going crazy telling me like where he lived, and he was like, we're about to pass where I live, and my wife just left me and she took the kids, and it was like this whole thing, and I remember being like, uh-huh, and I actually filmed like in the Uber, like myself. I like filmed myself as he was talking because he was saying like such crazy stuff, and I like actually filmed it, and it's in that video. So if you guys have not seen that, I'll leave a link down below because it's a good Uber horror story time as well. I thankfully have not had any weird Uber situations recently, and let's knock on wood that I don't have any. But I know this is a quick story time for you guys, but I wanted to share it, and I of course wanted to get a video up for you. I actually was just at brunch, which in my last video I had just gotten back from brunch. So clearly when I film, it's just after brunch. That seems to be the pattern thus far. I'm actually gonna film some TikToks now too, because whenever I can find time to film or film TikToks, I take advantage of it because I feel like I never have time. I'll leave my TikTok down below. Go check that out as well. And if you have not yet, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss anything. I post almost every Wednesday. We try for every Wednesday. It's like a really good effort for every Wednesday, but you know, sometimes it doesn't happen. But just subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss anything. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and comment down below if anything crazy has ever happened to you in an Uber, because I would love to hear your guys' crazy stories as well. But I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next week with a brand new video. Bye.